Jay here. I'm here to bring you a review on My Hero Academia Episode 2, English Dub. So at the beginning of this episode, it shows Deku telling All Might like if he can be a hero even without a quirk. And he's going on saying like he's his favorite hero, blah blah blah, etc. And then out of nowhere, All Might like he starts literally powering down, like, and then the smoke clears, and then Deku notices that that's nothing of what like All Might looked to him, so he starts freaking out like what's going on. So then it goes to that blob dude inside the bottle that All Might put him in episode 1. And out of nowhere, Bakugo, that's his, I'm gonna call him that instead of Katsu, like I did in the fucking first review. But his name is Bakugo. He starts like walking in the alleyway talking about like Deku, how he's like, I guess, I don't know, they're just making fun of him and telling him he should have picked on him and just blah blah blah. He starts walking in the alleyway and he kicks the bottle that the blob dude's in on accident, and the blob dude gets free. And when he gets free, he attacks fucking Bakugo. Like he literally attacks him. Then it goes back to Deku and All Might. And Deku's still freaking out because, All Might powered down to some weak looking dude that like is all scrawny and Ethiopian looking. So Deku's still freaking out like, you're not All Might. You're not the person that like I've been looking up to my whole life. You're not the person I've watched through videos, etc. Who are you? You're an imposter. He just calling him an imposter, etc. and stuff. And All Might starts explaining to him like, yeah, I got through like a bad injury, and he starts pulling his shirt up and showing like an injury and stuff, and saying that the surgeries didn't help and stuff, that he can only be strong All Might for a couple of hours or something like that. He can only be strong All Might for a short period of time. Then he has to power down. And then like, I guess if he does it too long, he starts bleeding out his mouth or whatever. So then he starts telling like Deku that without powers you'll never be a hero. Then he starts going like down the stairs of the fucking building, and then he notices that he doesn't have the blob dude in his pocket. That it fell off when Deku held on to him in the air when he jumped in the air in episode 1. Then All Might noticed that the blob dude start attacking the town more because he looked out the window and notices that there was like explosions happening from a distance. And then Deku notices, but he was about to embrace for action, like he was about to go run and see it. But then he got discouraged because of what All Might said and told him that he can't be a hero without a quirk. So then it goes to that blob dude attacking like everybody, and I'm guessing he Bakugo. He absorbed Bakugo, and he started attacking the town by using his fucking powers or whatever. It looked like everything was on fire, but it didn't look like he was like, throwing flames or spitting flames or nothing. It looked like he was just absorbing Bakugo's like powers and just, wrecking havoc around everything. Because everything was on fire, but it didn't seem like he was using fire. Anyways, then it starts showing a bunch of heroes, even the heroes that are in episode 1. Like, I didn't catch their names. I have to learn their names. Anyways, all them heroes start trying to attack the blob dude, but then the blob dude start fucking them heroes up. So then them heroes got overwhelmed, and they realize they can't do shit because they have limited powers. They literally got like one powers, or the powers that are not coming in use. So basically, they're not attacking the blob dude. They're sitting there like saving people from the blob dude. So then it goes to All Might, like powered down, like as the weakling version of All Might, and he's feeling on his side, and he's like running to like what's happening, like, and he's like in back of the crowd looking at the blob dude attack, like no, wreak havoc basically, and he's feeling on his side because he can't do nothing because he's out of power or nothing or something. He's out of energy. So then it goes to Deku, and Deku is like thinking to himself like, there's nothing I could do. Like, he's just discouraged and everything because basically he got his pride hurt by All Might, his fucking hero, telling him that he can't be a hero without a quirk. So then unconsciously he walks toward the fight. And he even says to himself like, did I unconsciously walk to the fight? Like, did my body just want to go see what happens? Or what's happening? So then Deku goes and watches and what's happening, and then he sees that it's the monster or the blob thing from before that attacked him. And then he realizes it's his fault because he held on to All Might and basically pulled the blob dude out of All Might's pocket. So and then Deku just start charging toward the blob dude, like, and he starts saying to myself, my feet are moving by themselves. So then he starts to try to go save fucking Bakugo, and like All Might is saying to himself like, I have to do something, I have to do something. And then the other heroes are saying like the blob dude's gonna kill Deku and they have to do something. So they're trying to embrace like just to go save, Deku. But then out of nowhere, right before the blob dude was about to attack Deku, All Might showed up out of nowhere and did his fucking special technique, Detroit Punch or Detroit Smash, where he just went poof and then fucking did a whole fucking big ass tornado and fucking literally scattered fucking that blob dude. So then I'm guessing all the fucking, not I'm guessing, but all the heroes collected all the fucking remains of the fucking blob dude, and he was like literally in bags, and they took him to jail. So yeah. Then it showed Deku getting in trouble by the heroes, or getting yelled at by the heroes, even though he fucking ran with no powers into like fucking toward the blob dude or whatever. And yeah, he was still getting screamed at. And then it showed fucking Bakugo getting like admired, like, oh, I can't believe you got dope powers, and if you want to be in the blah blah blah. They're just admiring him while Deku's getting all the shit. And Bakugo, he's hating that he's being admired. Like, he has a fucking hatred on his face. Like, he's like hating it. Like, it's like he hated that he was getting saved by Deku. So then it goes to Deku walking, I'm guessing he's walking home. And then out of nowhere, Bakugo shows up and starts telling, like, yelling at Deku, telling him he owes him nothing, that he didn't need him to save him, that he didn't want him to save him. Then Deku's like, what the hell was that? Then out of nowhere, All Might shows up. And then All Might's like flexing, saying he's a hero. And out of nowhere, while he's doing the flexing and saying he's All Might and all that bullshit, he starts bleeding out his mouth and just powers down to the weak All Might. So then All Might starts like giving Deku an inspirational speech and all that shit. Then basically he tells Deku that you could be a hero even without a quirk. And then fucking Deku just start breaking down to tears. Like, that's the one thing he wanted to hear from his mom, because it showed a scene in episode 1 where like he was small and then he was watching the video he loved, the All Might, over and over, and he expected his mom to tell him that he could be a hero one day, but then she just told him that everything's gonna be alright. She basically told him what he didn't want to hear. So he got what he wanted to hear from All Might, and that just broke him down into tears. So that was dope. That was dope. So then once that happened, the episode ended. So this episode 2 of My Hero Academia. This series fucking it's dope. Like, I'm gonna, binge watch it and, do a review on each episode, but this episode was fucking dope. Like, All Might, he's fucking dope. He did that one fucking Detroit punch or whatever. That shit was dope. Like, he just fucking fuck. He fucked that blob dude up. Like, he made them other heroes in this episode look weak as fuck. Like, he's like the Goku of this series. Like, he's dope as fuck. Like, and I was sitting there watching the episode and I was figuring out, like, why do I hear Piccolo? Why do I hear Piccolo? And I looked it up, and it's the same voice actor that plays Piccolo in DBZ that plays All Might. Like, I knew I heard it. Anyways, this episode was dope. I can't wait to watch more and review it. And thank you for watching. Catch you in my next video.